Had to move it down a little. Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm excited to be here and be a part of the SEC. I truly believe that this is the best conference in the country, and excited to be the head coach at the University of Mississippi and get started with this new era. Yeah. My biggest challenge right now is just the Jimmies and the Joes, or the Jessies and the, Jamies. Just getting talent. That's going to be the challenge. There's a lot of good coaches out here, but you have to have the talent. And so I don't know. I mean, challenge, I guess that's the right word, but that is my focus right now. Oh, I didn't hear the first part. Yeah. It's been great. I mean, I have great support. My husband's been phenomenal. The administration has been awesome as far as helping me transition in there and my family. The players have been the ones that are there. They've bought in and been all in, and so the transition phase is normal, but it's what I expected it to be, and I'm just excited to be here and be a part of it all. My style of basketball is just intense. I prefer, this year will be different. This year, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win as far as coaching is concerned. So I have even been researching different styles that I'm not usually used to. But once we get this thing rolling, it will be full of energy, passion, intensity, toughness, grit. If you've seen my teams in the past, that's one thing that we embody. We're just going to beat you up. This year our young ladies are going to look like they enjoy doing what they're doing. They're going to play hard. They're going to play with a lot of pride. Jesse's. Well, usually that's the best part because right now I'm undefeated in the SEC. So, as far as that's concerned, so that part's easy. It's really selling a dream, and being able to evaluate and pick the young women that want to come and be a part of the resurgence, because it's not like we hadn't been successful at Ole Miss in the past. It's just bringing it back, and so that takes a certain type of athlete and someone that it wants to embrace the grind and the challenge, and we just have to look for it and find it. And once we bring them on campus, it's an easy sell. Yeah. Yeah, well, I prayed a lot. Uh, Actually, I mean, let's look at the society of the game right now, just how it works. I mean, transfers, we had, what, 800 plus transfers. Did I expect 8 to leave? Absolutely not. But I'm a half glass full person, so when the young ladies left, I had one or two things I can do. I can sulk, or I can look at it as an opportunity to build a program really from the ground up. So there are 5 players remaining, and the rest of the young ladies are new. And then the way we put together this particular roster was intentional, where it's a lot of juniors, a lot of fifth-year seniors, because we didn't have a lot of time to assess and evaluate talent. And so that way, our classes in the 19, 20, 21 are huge classes for us. And so half class full, it's a blessing. Yeah, it's been great. She's definitely, the players have embraced her as a leader on the team. Leila Harris understands me really well. I think she's going to be a future coach. She's extremely smart. She loves being back in the SEC. I couldn't believe we got her at Jacksonville because her nickname is Big Ticket. So she's all about showtime, and so now that she's back in her normal space, I mean, she's just been doing great. Just her transforming her body and just her approach. I'm really excited about her, and she's fun to watch. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. I have my own personal opinion as far as transfers are concerned. I believe that young ladies should have an opportunity to uh, try out an experience, and if it doesn't work out, go somewhere else. I just believe in that. But and so right now I'm not a fan of it. But at the same time, I am pretty certain that we'll be the recipient on the back end of transfers in the future. So I don't know that we can stop it. You get what I'm saying? Because the conference is big about supporting the athletes and them having a voice more so than I mean, I've been a part of the original Big East, the ACC. I've never seen the support for the student athlete like it is in the SEC. And this is something that they want. And I understand and I get it because it's about them having a great experience. And for most coaches, if a young lady wants to leave, why not? Let them leave because someone's going to be unhappy. You get 'em? So for me, I don't know that we can change it. I just know that coaches have to change. And luckily, I'm coming in the wave where I'm used to it. We to be honest, we have to start recruiting in 2-year spans. Because I mean, if they can leave UConn, they definitely gonna leave Ole Miss. So, I mean, every program has been affected by transfers, and at first you was like, oh, it was for playing time, but I mean, we have top level players leaving. So I don't know why it's happening. I mean, I just know that I want to be on on the receiving end of some of them, and so the reason why I say coaches have to change is because some are still stuck in the fact that it's happened. Like they don't even want to accept that, and so you have to give your best to the players while they're there, and hope that they stay. But you have to be prepared if they don't. Yes. Right. Well, I was at Jacksonville, so I was in the A-Sun, and coaches don't leave the A-Sun and go to the SEC. So when I got the call from Ross and and I was told I got an interview, it was funny because I called Don Staley and I said, "Hey, I got this interview. Well, Miss, what do you think? I was just gonna wear like something like this." And she said, "You better go and buy you a suit, a blue one, right now." And so, for me, it's just I'm extremely grateful. I thought about my one word that I'm gonna have this year, and it's just gratefulness. I'm grateful to be the leader of the program. I'm grateful to be a part of the SEC. I'm grateful to be able to impact another group of young women, and ultimately that's what's important for me. Yeah, we're very close. I have played coach in the NCAA tournament, and my claim to fame, we were down 12 at half, so our fans were pumped up, and at the time they were the number one team in the country. And I've just been knowing her. I was in the A10. I played in the A10. Coached in the A10, and so she's been someone that I've always admired, and I relate to. We're extremely different, but I relate to her, just that winning stature that she has and the competitiveness. And she's someone I talk to probably once a week, even now. Yeah. Well, probably, because Coach knows that I'm gonna try to beat her. She teases me all the time. She said, "Yo, even though we were the number one team in the country, and you were at Jacksonville, I know that you thought you were gonna beat us." And I said, "Coach, I know that is what you expected." And so, except for game week, other than that, it's all good. Thanks so much.